Today on MUFC Pulse, we'll dive into some incredibly intriguing news. United are not keen on the Crystal Palace star, and dire news emerging from Everton ahead of their trip to Old Trafford. For more on this story, check out the video. We also have some equally exciting football news coming up, so stay tuned until the end to catch it all. Welcome to MUFC Pulse. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell for more updates. Man United not expected to move for Crystal Palace gem come January. Manchester United are unlikely to launch a bid to sign the 29-year-old Colombian international, Daniel Muñoz, from Crystal Palace in the upcoming winter transfer window. Muñoz is not currently the subject of interest from the Old Trafford club as they head towards the new year. While the 29-year-old Crystal Palace wingback recently revealed his ambition to play for the Red Devils, United have other priorities for the immediate future. Should Joshua Zirkzee depart in the coming weeks, Manchester United will primarily focus on securing a midfielder and a striker during the winter window. Therefore, a move for Muñoz is not currently in the pipeline, and the prospects of the Amalfi native arriving at Old Trafford are considered low. Daniel Muñoz has firmly established himself as one of the most dependable fullbacks or wingbacks in the Premier League since his switch to Crystal Palace from KRC Genk in January 2024. The 29-year-old hit the ground running at the South London club, becoming a pivotal figure for Oliver Glasner's side over the last 2 years, with the Austrian gaffer seemingly getting the best out of him. The Colombian international has amassed nearly 100 appearances for Crystal Palace to date, contributing 8 goals and 14 assists. Muñoz has been integral to the South London side's recent success, and his impressive progress has not gone unnoticed, capturing the attention of several high-profile clubs. The South American-wide player recently articulated his desire to play for Manchester United. Bad news for Everton ahead of Old Trafford clash. Manchester United are gearing up to host Everton in the 12th round of the 2025-2026 Premier League campaign. The fixture, set to take place at Old Trafford on Monday evening, is anticipated to be a crucial test for Ruben Amorim's squad. As they prepare to enter a busy period, the Red Devils boast impressive momentum, remaining unbeaten in their last 5 outings, including 4 successive home victories, a run that is steadily restoring the formidable atmosphere at the Theatre of Dreams. However, the mood is somber at the Everton camp ahead of their challenging trip north. The Toffees face a daunting task, compounded by the absence of 2 key figures in their defensive line. These critical omissions are a significant blow to manager David Moyes, who harbors ambitions of disrupting the host's positive spell. Currently, Everton sit in 13th place in the league table, having amassed 15 points from 4 wins, 3 draws, and 4 defeats. Under Moyes' stewardship, their form has been patchy across their last 5 matches, yielding 2 wins, 1 draw, and 2 losses. Despite United's superior form, Amorim is acutely aware that the match will be no walk in the park, especially given that United have managed only 1 decisive 4-0 victory and 2 draws in their last 3 encounters. The most considerable setback is the lengthy absence of star centre-back, Jarrad Branthwaite. The 23-year-old is sidelined following a serious hamstring injury that requires surgery. The injury reportedly flared up again after he briefly returned to training. Branthwaite is realistically not expected to return to action until mid to late January 2026, leaving a gaping hole in the heart of the Toffees' traditionally robust backline. The defensive situation is further complicated by doubts over the fitness of right-back Nathan Patterson. The Scottish international is struggling with a combination of issues, including a suspected plantar fascia tear in his foot and a minor hernia problem requiring a small operation. With this crisis brewing at the back, particularly without the pivotal Branthwaite, David Moyes will need to pull a rabbit out of the hat to construct a solid defensive formation capable of resisting the host's onslaught. Despite Everton's defensive woes, Manchester United manager Ruben Amorim maintains a high degree of caution. The Portuguese coach highlighted several Everton players who could prove to be the difference makers, viewing them as a complete team under Moyes' guidance and acknowledging that the game will be exceedingly tough. David Moyes, meanwhile, was forthright about the magnitude of the task, stressing that while they knew Old Trafford was a difficult place to visit, his squad was determined not merely to participate but to fight tooth and nail for every single point, irrespective of the injuries plaguing the squad. Amorim's most notable praise was directed towards 2 players, Jack Grealish and Iliman Ndiaye. Amorim suggested Grealish has been outstanding, showcasing a level of electric pace and trickery that provides the team with vital energy and thrust in attack. However, the Portuguese coach specifically labeled Iliman Ndiaye as an amazing player who deserves very close attention from the United defense, noting his continuous threat on the pitch. Iliman Ndiaye, the 25-year-old forward, has indeed been consistently hitting top form since the start of the season and is proving to be a genuine revelation. The Senegalese international poses a real threat with his ability to make incisive runs and turn on a sixpence, carving openings across the attacking third. This season, Ndiaye has racked up 4 goals and 1 assist from 11 appearances, a return that clearly demonstrates his effectiveness and clinical edge up front for the Toffees. Ndiaye's style of play has often been likened to the explosive, hard-working Matheus Cunha, typically found excelling in a mid-table side. This is precisely where his appeal lies, the potential to be a diamond in the rough awaiting discovery by a bigger club. With his stable performances and regular match ratings of 7/10, Ndiaye is set to test a Manchester United backline still trying to find consistency, making him the key man the Red Devils must nullify. United considering swap deal between Kobbie Mainoo for Real Madrid star. Manchester United are reportedly facing a significant dilemma as the January transfer window approaches. The club needs to balance the necessity of offloading certain players to fund their primary targets. Among the names potentially heading for the exit are Kobbie Mainoo and Joshua Zirkzee, though both might ultimately stay, given United's concerns over the AFCON tournament, which will deplete their squad of key players like Bryan Mbeumo, Amad Diallo, and Nasser Mazraoui. The defensive midfield position is the paramount priority for United. Rather than simply allowing a promising player like Mainoo to depart, United could include the young midfielder in a swap deal to secure one of their top-tier targets. A significant opportunity to orchestrate such a move has reportedly emerged in recent days. News broke on Thursday that United's purported £79 million bid for Real Madrid midfielder Aurélien Tchouaméni was flatly rejected. Real Madrid are reluctant to release the French international, citing worries that he would be exceedingly difficult to replace. However, United might leverage this very concern as a negotiating loophole. United are reportedly weighing up the offer of Kobbie Mainoo as part of a straight swap agreement. This offer is sweetened by the promise that Mainoo possesses the full potential to blossom into a world-class midfielder and could serve as the perfect long-term successor to Tchouaméni at the Santiago Bernabeu. Should this mad deal come to fruition, Manchester United would acquire a long-term holding midfielder capable of propelling them into title contention, given Tchouaméni's elite quality. Real Madrid, in turn, would secure a young asset brimming with unbounded future potential. Aurélien Tchouaméni has made 17 appearances across all competitions this season under manager Xabi Alonso, underscoring his vital importance to the Real Madrid squad. With Mainoo's current market value estimated at around £40 million, United could offer an additional £40 million on top, making for a compelling partial exchange agreement. Despite Mainoo's limited playing time under manager Ruben Amorim, particularly this season, the Manchester United tactician has previously underscored his desire to retain the 20-year-old, insisting he is part of his long-term plans at Old Trafford. Amorim once stated he needed Kobbie Mainoo at the club and wanted him to fight for his place. Yet, the evidence this season suggests a degree of managerial hesitancy, as Mainoo has not been a regular starter ahead of Casemiro and Manuel Ugarte. This situation may be the factor prompting United to consider Mainoo as a bargaining chip. Club legend Paul Scholes has also emphasized the importance of United retaining Mainoo, asserting that he could become one of the club's finest future players. Scholes previously argued that while Mainoo is not yet the finished article, he possesses immense potential for growth and was dubbed United's brightest spark, who could be a cornerstone for the club for the next 5 to 10 years. Moreover, the prospect of such a high-stakes swap is a classic example of the kind of audacious business that defines the modern transfer market, yet it carries significant risk for a club like United, still searching for a stable foundation. While Tchouaméni represents immediate, world-class quality that could plug a crucial hole for their title aspirations, sacrificing a homegrown talent with the DNA of the club, like Mainoo, might cause an inevitable backlash amongst the faithful, who often prize the promise of their academy starlets over imported solutions. The boardroom must now weigh the pragmatic necessity of winning now against the romantic ideal of building for the long term with their own. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know in the comment your opinion.